Hey besties, it's Lisa. Welcome back. Today we're going to be crafting with Jenga blocks, tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. And our word of the day is no cap. Stay to the end and find out what it means so you'll be in the know. We're going to use 34 of the tumbling tower Jenga blocks for this craft, and we're going to make a pumpkin. I'm also going to use a lid from a candle that I never used for anything because I use the candle. I'm going to start taking the Jenga blocks, and I'm just going to glue that little bottom portion all the way around the outside of the cap. Super easy. And there you go. Now you've got a nice circle. I'm going to go on the inside and reinforce as well, just because we're not gluing the whole thing. It's just better that way. And now I'm going to stagger the blocks around the top, so one on every seam around the ones that are already there. You'll see what I'm doing. See how that is there, just kind of like halfway between? I'm going to go all the way around and do those as well. And there we are. Isn't that pretty? I love the way that looks. Now I'm just going to go in and reinforce those seams as well. I've got the pumpkin and maize color chalk paint from Waverly, and I'm just going to kind of lightly brush over the whole thing and just add a little bit of the maize here and there. I didn't use very much. I decided not to because I kind of liked the natural wood look through that. I'm going to take a little pine cone, add it to the bottom, which is now the top. We turned it upside down to make the stem for our pumpkin. And then I'm going to add some leaves that I had left over from some pics just to put on for pumpkin leaves. And somebody did share with me, and thank you for this, that the leaves for squash and pumpkins are much bigger. So that's good to know. I hadn't read that until after I made this. So I'll try to remember that for the future. I also have some pit berries. I'm going to wrap them around my finger to make little curly cues for the tendrils. There we go. And I'm just going to glue those on. I love those for pumpkins. I think they just add such a nice touch. You've probably heard me say that before, but I really do like them. That's why I keep saying it. Now I'm going to take some of these little berries. They're just orange and brown. They got a little bit of like sparkles on them, and just put them on the front. I thought that was a cute little touch to add to this. And then I have this little mini sunflower. I got this at Dollar Tree. They sell them like a little pack of them. I think there's like maybe 6 in a pack. Added that to the top and some more leaves and a cattail. I think that's what that is. And just kind of make it interesting on the top, like a little bit more decor. I just love doing that. I think that's really pretty, like using the top of a pumpkin to add extra embellishments. You don't have to do that. You could keep this as simple as you want, or you could go overboard like I did. Anyway, it's just for fun, and I just think it looks really, really pretty, and it brings that nice fall vibe into your house. I don't know about you, but I do love fall. It is my favorite season. It's funny because fall colors aren't my actual favorite colors of all time, but in the fall is the only time I love the oranges and the yellows and the purples and all of those. Well, I love purple all the time. It's my favorite color. Anyway, there it is. I hope you like it. Let me know if you want to give this one a try. For this tumbling tower DIY hack, we've got 21 of the blocks, and I'm going to make a frame for this cute little metal pumpkin sign that I had, I think from Hobby Lobby several years ago. So we're going to start off with 9 of the blocks, and we're just going to start gluing rows of 3 across, and then we'll glue those, we'll make 3 of those and then glue them all together so that we have 9. And this is our base for it's like a standing frame. Super easy. And you know, not all tumbling tower blocks are the same. They're not all the same size or width, so you got to deal with that sometimes. I know I, for one, am not going to cut and sand them all down to make them even. I'm going to live with it. This is homemade after all, and it's okay. I'm going to take 4 sets of 12 blocks, and I'm going to make a frame by putting the ones that are vertical inside the ones that are horizontal. Now I'm going to take a little teeny hook screw. This was not the easiest thing to do because the blocks are narrow, so it took a while to get that hole started. If you have like a strong pin or something that you could start that off with, that would be great. And I screwed it in there, and now I'm just going to hot glue this frame to that middle row of 3 on the base. I'm going to use a lot of glue. I want to make sure this is on there really well. You could also double with wood glue and hot glue just to make it work. I'm going to take a little bit of my white paint and just brush around it. I'm going to add a little bit of my green paint. I'm going to add a little bit of my yellow paint and my orange paint, and I'm going to create the look of fall leaves, like all those fall colors, and just going to keep going and just lightly brush it on there. So So there's the yellow maize color, and then we'll add a little bit of the orange. And I just, it almost looks like camouflage, like you're going hunting or something. But I just did it because I wanted to keep within that fall theme of the fall colors, but I didn't want to do a solid. You could do this any one of these colors, any two of these colors, or not at all, whatever you want. I just wanted to try this look and see what it looked like. I love it personally. I think it's really fun. And now we're just going to take that metal piece that I got from Hobby Lobby and hang it right on there. I just got a little piece of a chenille stem or pipe cleaner, whatever you want to call it, and I put that on there. And now I'm going to add some fall greenery to the bottom. You could do whatever you want. And I've got a beautiful sunflower. And I'm just going to put that right in the middle between those. I never know what those things are called, if they're cattails or something else. So forgive me, I'm really not that knowledgeable about the names of plants. So I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm not. I'll just call them fall greenery. How's that? Anyway, now we're going to add some little leaves from another pick just to add that color and a little bit more pizzazz. And I'm telling you, I think this one turned out so cute. It might be one of my favorites from today. I hope you like it too. You're definitely going to have to let me know if this is something you'd like to try with all the different paint colors. Just an experiment that I think turned out really good. So let me know what you think. For this Dollar Tree Tumbling Tower Block DIY hack, we're going to use 56 blocks. And we're going to make, it could be a couple different things. So you could use it as like a little crate. You could use this as a lantern, whatever you honestly want, just a piece of decor. So what I'm going to start doing is gluing two pieces together 2 times, and then I'm going to add a block on either side so I make a rectangle. Do you see how I'm doing that there? I used to use tacky glue and hot glue when I made these for the videos, but since I'm just making them for videos, I'm okay with just using the hot glue. So I actually made 8 of those. So now we've got 8 of those, and then I'm going to take another block and put it alongside along the long side of 2 of them and put them in the middle with a separation between. It's easier to just look at this one. It's very hard to describe it. So I kind of split the middle between the seams on the other pieces that I made. I'm going to do that to all of them. Now there's going to be 4 pieces put together, and I'm going to attach them to each other to make like a box shape. We'll put them on the inside of the other ones because that way we've got a perfect square. Now I'm going to take my Waverly Antique White Wax and I'm going to go over it. That way you can still see the wood grain, and it's just a really soft, nice color. I like it. You also could have left this regular, just, natural wood. Isn't that pretty though? And then I'm going to cut a sunflower, cut the stem off, and I'm going to hot glue it to that kind of center portion on each of the 4 sides. So right there. And do the same thing all the way around. And this is where you could use it as like a lantern by putting a candle or a light in there, or you could put a faux light in there. And I'm just going to add some leaves to the back side of those sunflowers because I want them to peek through. I just thought that was really pretty. It kind of made it look a little more finished and complete, in my opinion. If I just left the sunflowers, it was definitely pretty, but I think adding the leaves just gave it a little bit more of that dimension and depth. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to do that with all 4 of those sunflowers. And there they are. I think they look much better now with the leaves on there. I really do. Now I've got this jar that I had done some etch glass on in the past, and I'm going to put my fairy lights that I get from Amazon. You can always find those down in my Amazon store in the description box below. That's the best deal on fairy lights I've ever found, and they come with batteries. You cannot beat that. So I'm going to put those in there, and I'm going to turn this into a little lantern. But I am going to add like a pine cone over the top that doesn't fall all the way in, just because that gives it a little more height. And I just think that looks so pretty. You don't have to do that. You could put whatever you want in the center, or you could just leave it as it is without anything in the middle. It's just a really pretty piece. You could put a tall vase in there too, whatever you want. Let me know what you think of this one. For this Dollar Tree Tumbling Tower Jenga block hack, I'm going to use 30 blocks, and I'm also going to use some paint stir sticks. You can get those at the hardware stores. You can even ask for a couple for free. I'm sure they'd give them to you, but they're very cheap in a pack. So I'm going to take the ruler side. They always have a ruler side, and I'm going to glue ruler sides together. There's going to be 2 pieces on each side, which becomes 4 pieces because I'm gluing them together because I don't want to see the ruler side. So, and this is the shape it's going to be, and then I'm going to have those tumbling tower blocks in the middle. This is going to be a long, narrow tray, which you could use almost like a runner or for the center of your table. This is like a centerpiece or just a very narrow tray. So I'm going to use the hot glue, put those paint stir sticks together. And if you notice the side of the paint stir stick that has that indentation like the handle, I'm pushing those to the outside of this tray. And there we go. All 4 of those pieces are now ready to go, which is really 8 pieces. And now I will glue them together to make a longer piece. I'm going to reinforce both sides and then I'll wipe away the excess glue. And you got to do that while it's still wet, or you can sand it off also. Now on the back side, I'm going to use a little bit of tape, masking tape. You hardly even notice it. And I'm just going to leave that there as extra security, and then there I am sanding off that excess glue that I couldn't pick off with my hand. Now I'm going to glue all of these tumbling tower blocks together on the short sides all the way across. I like to do them in sets of 2 and then, glue the 2 sets of 2 together and just keep going. It just makes it easier and then it gives them a chance to dry in between. So there we go. Now I'm going to sand off any excess glue that I found on there that I couldn't rub off easily. So I thought about, do I want the tray to go with the little paint sticks vertically or horizontally? So I decided it made sense to have them together, at around the same height. So I'm going to put the hot glue all the way across where it's going to touch the tumbling tower blocks, and I'll do the same thing to both sides. Now don't worry if you think that's not going to hold, because we're going to use some tape on the back to help, solidify that. That is definitely a tricky thing. We're going to also add more glue on the back to go ahead and make sure that's really on there well. But like I said, I am going to go ahead and add some tape to the back. We aren't going to see the back as much. We are going to also paint it, so we'll cover that up. But I just wanted to give it that extra security because it's so long and narrow. Sometimes when you have something like that, when you pick it up from one side, the other side kind of buckles. So I've got my antique wax, and I'm going to go ahead and just do those long pieces. And yes, if you're wondering, couldn't I have done that first? Absolutely, but I hadn't yet decided what colors I was going to use. Sometimes I wait till I see the finished piece. Sometimes I already know. This time I didn't, but I was just very careful. And I'm going to take my white Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm just going to carefully do the inside of the tumbling tower blocks. Now, you could also tape those edges, but I was very careful. It's a slightly different height, so it wasn't that hard to keep that, neat. So there we go. Now I'm going to take some heavy-duty rope, and this is from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut 2 pieces, and I'm going to hot glue it in that little kind of inlet area where the tumbling tower blocks stop and the handles continue. You'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some hot glue right here on the inside of the paint stir stick, and I'm going to attach it there, and I'll do the same thing just there on the other side. And that way I have a cute little handle that also becomes decorative, and we'll do that to both sides. And I just thought that looked awesome. It's very rustic and pretty. I think this would look good all year, but especially in the fall, if you're using a lot of the oranges and yellows and browns, I just think it will go together really well. I'm going to take a thinner twine, and this one I get at Walmart, and I'm just going to go along those seams where the white and the brown meet, and I think that kind of helps fills the gap, the little difference in the height that they have. And you see there, I painted the back, including the tape, and now it looks so nice and finished. So this first shot is just it without anything on it, so you can see what it looks like. And then I have another picture with something on it so you can get an idea. Let me know what you think. I hope you like it. And now it's time to find out what our word of the day, no cap, means. It's to signify speaking with complete honesty and no exaggeration. So there you go. When you hear somebody say that, now you know what it means. Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.